welcome to the Neville Richards Premier League, our final show for season 2022. Matt Milne, Mark Hayes. Matt, an extraordinary turn of events. We've said that 5 weeks in a row, and there it was on grand final day.
We have, Mark. Thank you for our last video for this season. It was a great day. The Pirates coming from 4th place on the ladder at the start of the finals, and were able to topple the Hookers. Ended up being a bit closer than what it was looking like earlier on, which we might go into a little bit later. But the Pirates were successful on the day, and it was a fantastic night at the gala dinner.
Yeah, well, I'll quickly make an apology there. We had some issues with the sound quality of the video we tried to run. I was my little surprise on Matt, our legal obligations video. We will attach that video to the newsletter here that we send you out. So apologies that not many people got to hear that. But yeah, it was a fun night. It was.
We had a great time. We had over 90 people attend, which was fantastic. So looking forward to next year.
So what do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about the medal or the teams, or do you want to go through the
I think we might just go through with a bit of a grand final review here, like we have in all other 17 videos we've done. I'm going to try and take it a bit easy on a couple of players because they were hurting from their loss. But the Pirates got over the line 163 points to 158, and we had 10 on 10. So that was fantastic that all players turned up. The weather was, as you can say, a little bit inclement. We had a bit of wind, but the morning golfers probably had the better of the conditions, I would say, throughout the day. But for the Pirates, we had Yvette Pollock top scored with 36, followed by Darren Heaton on 33, Peter Solahub 32, Justin Mcgraw 32, and Joy Francis on 30. While for the Hookers, we had Jill Barker, the women, the one that you selected to be MVP. She top scored with 35. We had Alan Sweeney on 32, Kenny Hughes 31, Brian King 30, and John Bowman 30.
So it was the Pirates who went out early, really took advantage of the good conditions probably, and set up a winning lead. And Jill was actually rattling home, wasn't she? She had a chance to pull the massive miracle.
Yeah, she did. And you are right, Hazy. We had the Pirates had 5 players play in the morning. And there was some amazing golf played, like Yvette Pollock, for instance. She was 16 points after 6 holes.
Wow.
Then had a wipe, but finished with 21 after 9. But then she rallied with a 4-pointer and a 3-pointer on her last 2 holes to finish 36. You could say maybe a little inconsistent from her. Justin Mcgraw copped a bit of a clip in the video last week, the big, strong silver fox. He came out strong with 18 points on his first 9, but may have felt the pressure on the back 9, or maybe age was getting to him. And he finished with 3 1-pointers on the last 3 holes. And as I said, the Hookers appeared on the back foot straight away with all their afternoon golfers, and it looked like it was going to be a bloodbath. The Pirates was going to make the sea red. That's what it looked like. But the Hookers did show some heart for their age, which was nice. I'll give you an example of this, Hazy. Ian Woodhouse. First 9 holes, 7 points.
7 points in 9 holes.
Yes, finished with a measly 21. Toby Prime, 10 points for his first 9 holes. Finished with 22. Ian Pardey, 11 points on the first 9, but he only had 4 points in the first 6 holes, but then rallied to finish on 30. No, sorry, he finished on 27, but for him, that's fantastic effort. Ian Francis, 12 on the first 9 for 28. Our president, Mr. Bowman, who talked his team down. He's probably talked the Pirates up, but the Hookers down, and I think that probably went into his game as well, because he had 6 points in the first 6 holes to finish having 13 on his first 9 and a total of 30. So he rallied. But yes, as you're right, Jill Barker looked like she was going to be the saviour, the hero. She was went out in, I think it was 20 points. She was 34 points after 16. And if she had have come in with a 3 and a 4-pointer or 2 threes at the end, could have got the tie or the win. But unfortunately, she finished 1 point, then a wipe. To just finish on the 35. So a bit unfortunate at the end, but her Hooker teammates left too much for her to do.
Not on Jill, obviously.
No.
Do you want to just quickly touch on Ian Pardey as we reflect on the evening's proceedings as well?
Yeah, Ian was, you could say, for Premier League performance on the golf course, was probably a little inept.
Yeah.
But he was probably nearly best on ground at the Premier League night.
He was Patrick Cripps at the Premier League night.
He was up and about. Even his wife Jean sat on the opposite side of the table of him. But for a 80-year-old, he did a good effort to see past 9 o'clock.
I'm still trying to figure out the level of bravery required to pick up your wife's handbag and take it away to the toilet and all the pokies.
And then Jean was straight after him. I was a bit worried they were going to the toilet together, but anyway, we don't want to see any Sonny Bill Williams or Candice. No, I'm not going anywhere near that. No, there's none of that at all. He just went out and I think he didn't realise he took the purse.
Do you think?
Yes.
Golden rule, you don't go near women's purses.
No, exactly.
You've broken it. I don't know what you're thinking, Ian. Have a look at yourself. So we also, on the night, Matty, we had, well, let's talk about the teams, shall we, first?
Yes.
We introduced the concept of not only the All Portarlington team, which we let you guys know was coming, but also the Triple P team, the Piss Poor Portarlington team.
Yeah, so everybody who attended the evening saw us award these prizes here, and yes, Hazy, our All Portarlington team and the PPP team was all based on season-long performances. Didn't include finals, it was just the regular season. Our All Portarlington team was our best performed, and our PPP team was the worst performed players in the competition. So we'll just go through these. Portarlington team, we had Flea Pollock, we had the Greek god Yanni Lathouris, Daniel Hopgood, Mickey McNeil, Skeeter Howard, Chris Dodds, Pete DeFazio, the Sword, Sean Ward from the Tornadoes. And our 2 females in the All Portarlington team was Lynn Kirby and Jill Barker.
Oh, they were pretty chuffed. I know, particularly Lynn and Jill were very chuffed to be, well, not only a part, a very strong and critical part of that team. It was.
Yeah, so how we decided to do the teams there, Mark, which was announced on the night, and some people may not have heard due to some of the audio issues we had in the view room there, but when we did the selection of the teams at the start of the season, we had them broken up into 4 different sections of men and then 1 section of the women. So the 4 lowest handicappers in the competition were in section 1, then it was the next 16, then the next 16, etc. So we pulled 2 players out of each section, so we had a fair cross-reference of handicaps through the team, and also 2 women in the team. So it replicated what one of the Premier League teams would look like, and this is similarly with the Piss Poor team. We did the same thing. So
picked them in positions.
Yes, we did. So our PP team.
Before we do that, I just want to give special mention to Dale Pollock, who's the captain of the All Portarlington team. That's a tremendous effort.
It was.
Really consistent year. Some of the stats that we showed on Saturday night were remarkable.
Yeah, well, we were tossing up whether to put that captain's armband on Yanni Lathouris or Dale Pollock or Daniel Hopgood, but Yanni can't lead at all. He's all about himself and just what he can do for him. So Dale was the team player, so that was where he got the nod.
There you go. Now the Triple P team.
Yeah, so this team was based on players who didn't have their best seasons, and a couple of these, particularly in the A graders, are a little bit stiff in this part of it because they are competing against all other A graders. So our team for the PPP team was the Orchid Johnny Hill. We had Ando Wooten, David Milne, Richard West, Rick Edmondson. We had Paddy Kennedy, Chris James was our captain, Johnny Powell, and then the 2 women in the team were Jan Cogger and Marion Keskinen.
Wasn't your dad up and about to be known in the Triple P team?
It was. It's the only thing he's probably won in the last couple of years, so I think he was excited to actually get up and win something. Considering the Pies got beat by a point, he was a bit down in that. But yeah, this was a bit of fun, this team, because we have highlighted some of the poor performances of players, and a bit like the Naga award that you can win in a golf event. So we've just had this as the PPP team.
No, it was a great addition. Now, I guess the highlight that was unknown to everyone on the night was the inaugural, I can't say that word, the inaugural Drayton medal count. And what a count. I mean, it seriously went right down to the wire.
Yeah, it did. And I was going to say that word too, but I couldn't get it out properly. So yes, the Drayton medal winner was Yanni Lathouris. He scored 13.33 votes, and he got up from Daniel Hopgood, who was on 12.5 votes, and then Lee Mcmurrich, who pretty much led from round 4 all the way to the last round. He finished 3rd on 12.5.
He looked good for a long time.
He did. He just faltered at the end and cracked the sads and walked off in the last round, so couldn't accrue any votes, and that probably potentially cost him the medal. And just for everybody's interest, I did have a few asking on the night about the name of the Drayton medal and how we come across Drayton with that. And it was back in the 1850s, I think, Hazy, that Portarlington was actually known as Drayton.
Very briefly, before Portarlington was officially, it became the name, the township was referred to as Drayton, but then we got, I guess, drawn into line with some English aristocracy, and we became Portarlington. So Drayton was the first name of our little town.
Yeah,
so.
and Yarny was chuffed too. He was, I think he was a little surprised, but I'm not sure if it was true, because he brought his mother-in-law to the count and had his lovely partner as well. So I'm not sure whether he actually knew something and was trying to impress her, but I did go after at the end of the night to give Jenny some truths about Yarny. So
Did she accept them gleefully?
no, well, she was a bit shocked at times when what I was telling her, but anyway, that's for another time.
So we gave great thanks on the night. We want to do it now when the sound's a bit better. For me, firstly, to Michael Phillips, who really threw his weight behind the whole concept and let us sort of have our heads, which is a very brave piece of leadership, really, I would have thought.
Yeah, getting us in front of the camera, we don't know what's going to happen from week to week.
So thanks to Michael. Big thanks to everyone who helped in the catering and bar areas on the night too, and particularly to Kaylin Radford, who's done a power of work behind the scenes, audio, visual, the logos, everything like that. So thanks to you all.
Yes, and from my end too, thank you to the management, the board, the golf committee, and the Pro Shop team for all their help with the running. Our sponsors, Neville Richards, Luke Campbell there from Neville Richards Real Estate, Rod Meikle from Callaway Golf, CUB for our refreshments each week that we've been lucky enough to tack into. To you, Hazy, thank you for your work through this as well. And I suppose the biggest thank you goes to all the players who decided to jump on board with this event for the first time. From a club's perspective, we want to try and re-engage with our members after COVID, where we weren't allowed to enter the clubhouse and we were only allowed to play in twos and all that type of stuff. So this was really to try and get members to get back to know each other and meeting new members. So we anticipate, we're definitely running the event again next year. We'll probably have a few tweaks on it, but by and large for 2023, we're going to look at making it bigger and better again.
And which leads us probably to the end. And I think everyone's watching this video will want me to heartily thank you. You've been the driving force behind it all, the way you've done everything down there in the shop and the videos, etc. But just your passion behind it and your knowledge of everyone on the course is awesome. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Hazy. It's been good. It's been having good fun having the members come in and have a little interview. My daughter Mariah, who's doing the video today, she's sort of making sure we're not crossing the line there. But yeah, to all our guests online as well has been great, and I've spent the whole weekend with the Pirates just celebrating. I forgot my sunnies, so if I look a bit dishevelled, we've had a couple of big days celebrating.
What do you think you need to do to take this viral next year?
Do it nude.
Naked
news, there you go.
It's taking this 17 videos that we've got there. Thanks. Oh, and we should also mention a big shout to Jan Cogger too, who...
Oh yes, the Where's Wally?
It not only got her swans up over the line while running down Hood Road, fleeing the Collingwood masses as they charged home, but then came back and Where's Wally'd up an absolute treat. So thank you for living up to your end of the bet there, Jan. That was a beauty. We might have a bit more tomfoolery next year on the betting front, I reckon.
Yeah, I think we will.
There's plenty of people lining up to take you down. And on that note, thanks to everyone. We've had a great time and we'll see you again in 2023.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.